All right, hello. Hey, welcome, welcome. Listen, it's Dr. Dejanita Richmond, and we do mental health God's way. Okay, I'm helping you get your mental health together God's way. Real quick, I want to talk about something that I think was very interesting and thought provoking. Not too long ago, I was talking to this young man, and I was talking to him about the importance of having a therapist or a counselor. And he said, yeah, after listening to me, he's like, yeah, I do want one and I gotta find one. And I heard that finding a therapist is like dating. So I need to go ahead and get started. I said, that's what you heard? I said, I never really heard that. But I started thinking about it. And I said, you know what? I suppose I can see the similarities. I want to talk about something. I want to talk about dating. Because if therapy is like dating, then we need to get an understanding of how to date. Now, not that I have it all together. I don't propose to be an expert in dating, but I do propose to be an expert in mental health. And I have seen a lot of people who come to me to help mend their hearts back together because of trauma that happened during dating. And when I'm with these individuals and as Holy Spirit reveals things to me, I'm able to see where things went wrong. And here it is. Here's the most common reason that people have trouble dating and people have poor outcomes. Uh, they tend to look for people that are like minded. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Aren't we supposed to look for people who are like-minded? Well, yeah, if your mind is healthy. What happens when your mind is not healthy? What happens when your heart, and by the way, the mind and the heart are very, very, very interconnected, okay? That's just how God made us. What happens when your heart has a lot of wounds and you began to date? What happens when you grow up in a home, ladies, where you didn't get a lot of male affection, specifically from your father? What happens when you go out in the world with a huge void and you end up, falling for the first person to pay you some attention? Now, I'm talking from experience professionally, but I'm also carrying some wisdom that God had to give me because of the decisions that I made too, because of my personal walk. And so I know a little bit about this. If therapy is like dating, and I am encouraging people to find a therapist and a counselor or a counselor, which, by the way, I believe that counseling is a gift and you don't have to have a degree to do it. Okay. So if I'm telling you to find a counselor and you end up talking to someone that you know from church who God has given a counseling gift, then I am going to celebrate. So I do not believe that you have to go to a licensed counselor, long as they're licensed in the spirit. Okay. Long as they have the true gift, because not every licensed therapist or doctor has the gift of counseling. So if therapy is like dating, I want you to understand something. You will want to go to someone that makes you feel comfortable. Most of the times, the reason that you need therapy is because there's some inner work, some inner healing that needs to be done, right? That's what therapy is focused on: healing, restoring. Not every therapist does this because, again, the gift isn't there. But true therapy, anything that is therapeutic, is aimed to restore back to health. So when you're looking for a therapist, here's what I don't want you to do: go to somebody that makes you feel comfortable only. Yeah, that's what we do when we want some affection. That's what we do when we date, but we're not ready. We're just looking for someone to make us feel good. And then we can get stuck in this comfortable place and never heal. And unfortunately, that's what's happening. Unfortunately, people are paying thousands of dollars a year. Oh my gosh, I've seen it all. I mean, not all, but I've seen a lot. People are paying all this money on therapy and not changing. They're just getting comforted in their mess. And this is not okay. So when you're finding a therapist, don't look for someone who's necessarily like-minded, because your mind and heart has a deficit. You want to ask God for wisdom. You want to ask him to lead you, because God is the only one that knows how he made your mind. He is the only one that knows what wholeness and a restored, healthy mind looks like, because you've never seen it. So you say, God, I want you to lead me to a therapist or a counselor or a doctor. I want you to lead me, oh God. Holy Spirit, you ordain the person and you put me in contact with them. You line my path up with them. You ask God to choose. You don't go looking in your own strength, because you will be attracted to what makes you feel good. And as believers, we are not to be led by our feelings. They can get us in trouble. And so as for me, when the Lord allowed me to go back into the dating space, here's what I did. I said, God, I have evidence that I don't necessarily pick well. I have evidence that I like to be comforted. And generally, in the past, I've put more value on comfort rather than growth. So I want you to choose for me. As I enter back in this space, God, give me wisdom and show me what you have for me. Show me who lines up for the version of me that you have in your mind. All right. So you choose. I asked God for an arranged marriage. Right. And so dating is data collection for that. So as you seek a therapist, ask God, you choose. You choose. And Holy Spirit, quicken me so that I know it's you when I've come in contact with who you have for me. And then when you go in those sessions, understand something is data collection. Because sometimes we'll feel like it's God and it may not be God. It's data collection. Don't just base it on how you feel. Base it on truth. And if you have trouble in this area, then you need someone who can mentor you. You need someone who you can say, hey, let me run something past you. And what do you think? You need someone that you can gather wisdom from. All right. This is the importance of being around people and having a community and having leadership in your life. So you say, hey, I'm seeing this therapist and this is what they told me. It didn't really sit well with me, but I want to run it past you. All right. And as a believer, first of all, is it biblical? Okay, we're going to be discerning. And that is the first metric. Is it biblical? Because let me tell you something. In my few years of practice, I've seen a lot. Okay, I've seen a lot in the therapy spaces, and a lot of it is not truth. Okay, and so you're being drawn in because it feels good, but it's not good for you. That's another video. Therapy is like dating. If we accept that to be true, then let's date well. Let's ask God to lead us to who He has for us. That's what I did. And I was looking for a therapist not too long ago, or a counselor. I said, Holy Spirit, I'm going to look at these profiles, but you already have who you would have for me to see. And so as I go through these profiles, Holy Spirit, speak. Let me know when I come across who you have for me to be getting counsel from, because my mind is too precious. Oh, you made this mind beautiful. So it has to be somebody who's equipped to steward over it and deposit seeds in it. And I don't want any demonic seeds, not in this season, not ever. If therapy is like dating, let's date well. Okay. All right. That's what I have for you. We all need a counselor, but let's do it God's way. Yeah, we all need counseling. If you say you don't, you're just full of what the Bible calls pride. Because we all need to be sharpened. We all need leadership in our life. Christianity is based on leadership and submitting to it. Okay. And so let us do this thing for real, and let us do it with wisdom. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.